Hey guys, it's the 18th of September today. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to continue doing the whole introducing you what date you're seeing it, because you'll probably know what day it is. I have a couple of things to talk about today. Firstly, I have been at work today. Yes, I do indeed have a job, kind of, maybe. I work for Student Crew, which is basically the student ambassadors for the uni, and we do all the stuff at open days, and we're the people you see carrying all the crap around and giving tours to people that look really, really confused because we don't actually know what the hell we're talking about at all, but we do kind of know our stuff. Kind of. So I was put in charge of moving in person, and I basically had to sit in courts, which is like the uni-run accommodation, and have people come in and take their keys, and then I sign them in, and then I show them where they live. And then I had to do this to 220 people. They told me, right, I want you to be there 8 o'clock in the morning, so I was like, fine, 8 o'clock in the morning, it's an early start, but if I finish at 5, that's a lot of money for me to spend on, you know, books and pens and stickers and sweets and other things. I got there at 8 o'clock and they weren't where they said they were, and eventually had to go all the way to the other end of the uni to the accommodation office where I went, and they gave me my lovely little green Student Crew jumper, which is the horriblest thing ever, because they're those jumpers that I think no one ever should wear. The ones that are like a round neck and then they're just down with no hood or anything, and you just look like a massive pikey. But they're in like mint green, so no one would ever steal them, so I think that's why they do it, that they're mint green so no one nicks them. So I sat there, and it was 8 o'clock, and I was sat there just with my desk in this, like the bottom floor of this flat, just doodling away, twiddling my thumbs. Eventually, 9:20 rolls past, and someone comes in, and I was like, "You looking for your keys?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "Actually, oh, hold on, I've got to go do something else." And so I was like, fine, took her details down, she went off. And then she came back with like her parents, and was asking me all these questions about like, oh, where can we park and all this stuff. And they were like, "Oh, we've come here a bit early." And I was like, "Oh, I've been here for like nearly 2 hours now." You're fine, like, do whatever. And they were like, "Oh, no, but we've been told that we're not supposed to come here before our move-in time." And I was like, "You have a move-in time?" They're like, yeah, we don't start till 1. So I was like, so I'm going to be sat here till 1 o'clock, so nothing happens. So I interacted with one person in 5 hours. 5 hours! That's such a long period of time to sit and do nothing. Like, luckily enough, I had my phone with me, so I was listening to music and I was just dancing around and stuff, and then I was downloading a pedometer app and seeing how many steps it took me to walk around a room. It was like I was in a prison, but that was kind of fun. Also, today I had one of the most hilarious experiences ever. I had to trick people in and take, like, I had a big list of like their names and where they're living and stuff, and so I had to make them sign and then write the dates, and then they could get the keys, so it's like a whole legal system kind of thing. Today, no word of a lie, I had to sign in a bloke who was called Harry Potter. No word of a lie. Look, check the picture. He's legitimately called Harry Potter, and I had to keep a straight face so much during like the thing, because I kept saying like he was the last person in his flat to arrive, and so every single time someone came in who was from his apartment, I was like, "You know, you're living with someone called Harry Potter," and they were like, "Yeah, I know, I found it on Facebook, it was amazing." Eventually when he came down he said, "I'm in apartment 14, and I was like, "Okay, if you'd like to search your name there, and I'll sign you off." And then when he leant down to sign something, I sat over his head going. And then I'd been texting my friends all morning saying, "You need to give me a really good joke to say to this guy, like not to piss him off or anything, but just to like show him that, you know, Lincoln's like a place for people that like a laugh." And then I was trying for ages and I couldn't think of one. I got a really good one off my friend Becky. She said that I should look down the list and be like, "Oh, so you're Harry Potter, okay. Oh wow, you're living with someone called Tom Riddle. Oh, sorry mate." And like make like a Tom Riddle joke or something like that. And I thought, yeah, that'd be really good, and I thought about doing that. But eventually I came up with one literally on the spot. I was so proud of myself because I looked down and I noticed I was holding like a flyer that I just picked up at the table for a night out in Lincoln, and it was showing like, you know, "Oh, come to Tokyo" or something. It's really nice. Tokyo's a club, not the place. And he was like, he came up to me, he's like, "Oh, do you know if there's any good nights out?" And I was like, "Yeah, you should go to Tokyo's." He's like, "Oh, cool, like how much are like drinks in there?" And I went, "They're about quid each." And then he just burst out laughing, and he was like, "I've never heard that one before." And I was like, "Really? That was a really bad joke and you haven't heard it?" But he was like, "Nah." So that was the highlight of my day. That got me through the rest of the boring, monotonous admin that I had to do until 4:30 this afternoon. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've done with the day. I finished work and then walked home, and it was so, like, it was getting really clear skied and really sunny outside. And so I was walking back in my leather jacket and I was just cooking so hot, it was unreal. But last night, I uploaded a video where I was at my friend Chris's house because I thought my video yesterday didn't upload, but it did. So I won't take that down because I just keep it on anyway, just for like video sake. But while I was at my friend Chris's house, I did something really, really, really painful. I recently had, I bought myself a new pair of jeans, like when I went to Westfields, and my mum insisted that I should turn them up because my jeans have a habit of burning through the back and just like becoming like holes. Not holy, because you know that would mean that Jesus would wear them, but so they're just completely hemmed and ruined. And so she's like, "I'll turn them up for you." So I was like, "Fine." She put all the like needles in and then threaded it around, and that's all fine. Now they fit really well, and I'm really thankful she's done that actually because I quite like these jeans and I paid for them out of my own money for once, and I really like them, so I want to keep them in good nick for a couple of months at least. She did all of them, and I went up to uni, went to my friend Chris's house, and then went to sit on his sofa and put like I sat really weirdly, like I sat, you know when you sit with your foot underneath your ass, I sat like that and sat down, and I was like, because I felt a massive pain in my ankle, and I was like, seriously, what the hell is this? And I thought, like, I looked down and there were like buttons all over his sofa, so I figured I'd done that thing where you get like a button right on a bone and it really hurts. Like one of the most painful things ever is if you get a cap that's got one of those little buttons on the top and you press down on it. That hurts so much because it just gets right onto the bone of your skin. Bone of your skin? On the bone of your skull, and it's horrible. And so I thought I did that, and I turned around and suddenly I noticed there was a lot of blood coming like from the bottom of my foot. And I was like, oh crap, like something's happened. And I looked down and there is a needle like about yay long but with that much protruding out of my ankle. So I pull this thing out and it's like yay big, and then I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's just a pinprick, it's fine. Then I looked again and there was just a pool of blood coming out. It was like when you get a cut, it's like, oh, it's fine, oh, and it'll bleed, and like you keep dabbing it and the circle will get bigger and bigger. But this one was literally going like pooling out, so I was like, shit. And then it completely like fucked my sock. Hold on. If you're squeamish, look away now. Oh, it's gone brown, so it looks like I've stepped in shit. But yeah, it's a bit of blood there, bit of blood. And so what I figured is, well, I looked and it had gone directly into a vein in my foot. But for some reason your body like heals really quickly when a vein's been damaged, so it healed in like 10 minutes. I'm like basically Wolverine. Ah, Hugh Jackman, he's so nice. Another thing on the list was the other day when I did the video that was called A Trip to Town with No Footage. I went into HMV to buy the posters, and I started browsing the poster section. Browsing for ages because I was trying to find like a really good picture, and they started playing music. And I was dancing along to the music like I was having a bit of a boogie, like you know when you have like a subtle boogie. Not like a full-on like boom, 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 but like a little just like you move your legs a bit and whatever. But then I noticed they started playing a song that I could really interact with in a certain way. I started to pretend I was doing something, and then I realised this would be kind of funny thing on video. So I set my camera up to record me doing this, because I figured, oh, it's not like I'm endorsing another company or doing anything like that. But I got told off for filming, so I had to stop. But I'll basically give you a preview of what I was going to do. Alright, so let's cut to me, but pretend I'm in like an HMV shop, and I'm buying, like I'm browsing the posters. Like when I'm doing that, it's because I'm browsing the posters. Okay, you ready? And action. Yeah, so it was dueling banjos, but I kind of liked it because it was like a weird remix version where they had like a really good like backing track on it, but I couldn't find that version, so I had to do it with that one. I also did a really cool, interesting camera mount. I like stuck my camera to my window using blue tack, so that was quite interesting because I can't find my big tripod. I had a tripod, but I can't find it now, which is kind of annoying. I've got my mini one here, reliable, but yeah, it didn't work. I also have an idea for another video that I'm going to do in the next week or so, because a friend of mine, yes, a friend, that's what you are, a friend, because that's what I refer to you right now, as a friend. That probably makes absolutely no sense to anyone but who this is on about, but that'll make sense later. And so I have this really cool idea for a video, and it should be really good, and it should impress a few people, because yeah, it's going to be kind of crazy, but if I can get it together and get it done, it'll be awesome, because I won't tell you what it is, because if I tell you what it is and I can't do it, you'll get disappointed. But if I don't tell you and then surprise you with it, because you'll be surprised because you know what it is, it should be awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much all we have time for today, kiddie winkles. I'm now going to go out and get really, really drunk at a new club in Lincoln called Tokyo. and I'll let you know how that goes, because I'm probably going to come in really drunk and try and record a vlog. Actually, that's what I'll do. I'll record a vlog when I come in when I'm really drunk and see if it's interesting in any way. So yeah, see you tomorrow.